But you don't need to focus your build around it. But you certainly want it to augment. Here, you know what, Golem? I'm gonna just summon you here, and you can just patrol the top of this tower indefinitely. Because that's what you do. You don't even have to eat. Just sit here. Yay! We cleared 2 towers. Pretty nice. Okay, what do I get from that one? Let's look at all the new stuff. It's crap. It's not that crap, but it's 68 damage. 68. Well, I have, and it's just cold damage. Probably been great if it's Starlight, because I want to say that Starlight will hurt purple. I want to say that. I don't have any proof though. Wait a minute. Maybe if I cleared it and re-enchanted it with an Esther Feminized, but it's already D8s, so the D8s are the biggest you can get. I think actually the biggest you can get is a 3D6. I don't think I've ever seen anything higher than that. So 2D8s are better than 2D6s, obviously. But it's all cold damage. Well, it's the first one on the list. What are my scrolls looking like? Well, I have 9 Esther Feminized weapons. See, 3D6 is better than 2D8. So... ugh. That sucks. In fact, maybe I should clear it and try it again. I mean, that is 68 damage. Currently, my weapon is 68's 48 max. And here we go again. 24, 32, 42, 48, 51. I have 51 extra damage on my weapon. And that's only 48. So I have more net damage, even with that 1d3. And it does more. So while its base is not as high, it's got more enchant power, and you know, I'm gonna use a scroll of disenchant, a solvent. Do I have one? Yeah, I have 23 of these. Wow, of course. And that's the one I have equipped. That's the Starlight thing, which is the same thing as the other accent. I kind of don't want to clear that one out. But this one, there, purified it. Now, to make enchanting it easier, I'll actually equip it. And then we will feminize it. Sometimes causes bleeding and 2% of max health on kill. Okay, so start giving me some dice rolls as well, if you don't mind. Of course, it's not going to work because you made it not work. Another 2d8. Give me those 3d6s instead. I really would like the 3d6 Starlight damage. Twice. But that would be cool. Oh, come on. Stop wasting my awesome scrolls that I only have so many of. What'd it do? Nothing. It's, what, did it increase its base? +4 instead of +2, maybe? Because I don't see any... There's the 3d6 Starlight damage. I like that. Let's try again. The weapon can no longer be bolstered by scrolls. Why? My other one had a lot more enchantments on it than this. Yeah. Oh, come on. When I found it, it was 68. That was 48 damage. Now, it's only 16 plus 24, which is 40 damage. It's even worse. You know what? Enchanting these weapons suck, because I'm just not getting anything awesome out of it. Yeah, see? Wait a minute, that axe originally said +2. Yeah, it does now, since this says -2. I'm not getting lucky with these weapon scroll enchants. Do I even want to save this one? No, it's worse than this one. I mean, absolutely worse. 2%, I got 4% on kill. Freeze enemies in place, only 2% on kill. This one can cause bleeding twice, which can be useful, but it's probably not. Nah. And I've already checked out all the rings. So, yeah. 300 poison, yeah. I've already looked at all these. The indigo rings are what you really want. 150 purple resist, 150 purple resist. See, these are great. Skills, science, room. I like science over skills, yeah. So, alright, well, we're good. Guess we can go in the cave, clear it out, and then go back to the academy and get rid of all this junk. I forgot I'm squishy. There. Should be able to one-shot most anything in this cave, up to a point. And the main question I have to ask myself is, not do I feel lucky, but more so, do I want to collect all this loot, or do I want to just beeline the bottom? And the answer, of course, is collect the loot. Although I do consider not collecting the loot when it becomes a bit boring, because it is repetitious. But I want to beat the game. I want to beat the game for this Let's Play. I really do. And then I'll probably be done with this game until a major update happens, because I'm just not entirely pleased with some of the design choices that they've given the game. Like, don't take away my Ice Golem's missile. You've basically gimped the fuck out of them now. I don't think it was intentional, but it probably was because I'm a pessimist. And I don't believe that bad things were unintentional. Good things, I believe, are unintentional. Like, oh, that's something we didn't anticipate, and it's awesome. Yeah. It's the stuff they can't digest, they throw up. Which is all this crap. These Dungeonmans, though, didn't have a whole lot of items in their inventory when they came down here. Makes you wonder how they were surviving this long. That's probably why they died. All he had was a little staff and a skirt, see? There. They stand next to you, and you get pinned in place. What are they, a fighter in Dungeons & Dragons 4th edition? Enemy, if you're standing next to an enemy, he can't move away from you. That's like a master thing. Like, you'll get that at level 20 or some shit like that. And yeah, it goes to 30 in 4th edition. So what they can try to do is push you away so you're not standing next to them so they can physically move. But if you're a dwarf, that becomes very difficult. Dwarves, you may move one less when force moved. Not many enemies have force move too. And all you have to do is pick the feet, roll with it. Then they have to shift you 3, because if they shift you 2, you can shift back 1. And you have to be shift 2 to move over rough terrain anyway, and roll with it doesn't say you can't use it over rough terrain. So it really becomes, they'd have to, if you're on rough terrain, they'd have to shift you 5 just to get you far enough away, and I don't think any enemy in the entirety of D&D 4th edition can force move you 5. Maybe a god, one of the demigods that you might have to kill, but I doubt it, because that does seem overpowered for an enemy to have that push 5, especially if he has some kick-ass range attacks that will just totally decimate you. Where's the stairs going down? I totally haven't found them yet. They're supposed to be green and they're supposed to be on the map. And there's only a few tiles I haven't even uncovered on the map yet, and that's probably where it is. No, it's not here. Oh, come on. I don't see the downstairs. Okay, this is the first time I've never seen a downstairs in a cave. Where the fuck is it? Oh, there it is. Honestly, I missed it many times. It's up here. Yeah, I don't know why I missed it, but I did. Ugh. Well, we're getting some treasure. I'm over 10,000 now. So if there's any books that I want to buy, I certainly have the money to do it. Alright. And there's so many piles to choose from. Not to choose from, to sift through. Also reminds me of Sword of the Stars, the Pit. When you're finding puke piles in the first 2 levels, and you sift through them, just trying to find stuff, and you find food pellets and things. You know, one of the first things I try to consume is all that stuff, because you can't use them in recipes. In fact, I'm going to actually use some of my abilities now, because I have them. I don't have just archery and physical attacks, guys. I've got tons of shit at my disposal that I'm just going easy on you guys and not using because I don't find them necessary right now. It's a bit of an overkill, and overkill takes time sometimes, and sometimes you just don't want to put forth the effort for overkill. It's fun sometimes. I'm using the word sometimes a lot, but most of the time I don't find it fun. I find it wasteful. I think I'm the only one of my kind. Yeah. Everyone else just adores overkill. Yeah, I want to do 85,000 damage! He's only got 1 HP left. Just because it's fun! He's not surviving this! Yeah, well, he just did. Because, see, all that extra damage you did, you could have saved for when he was in his 2nd phase, and now he's in his 2nd phase, and it doesn't matter how much damage you did, does not carry over between phases, so you fucked yourself. And now you can't pop off that talent anymore because you wasted it. And we're not giving you an extended stay now, are we? No, we're not. An extended rest to get your dailies back, which is basically a 6-hour rest. So I don't know what it is about the dailies that they can't do more than once a day. The arbitrary rule, we don't want you throwing them off every combat because they feel too powerful. Well, if a move feels too powerful for you to use in every combat, then why put it in the game to begin with? Well, you know, overkill bosses. And they're really useful against killing the gods when you're becoming the Paragon and you're level 30 and the only thing left is to fucking kill the god. Yeah, I suppose. That's why you need your dailies, but you'd save them for that. Dailies become basically the best item you'll ever use. You don't want to use it because there might be a combat that you're going to get through later on in the evening. And when you don't go through a different combat later in the campaign, you feel cheated that you didn't use your daily. And if you use your daily and there is another combat, you feel cheated because you didn't wait. You see? Dungeon Master should never do that to you. Because it's just, if you were playing a game by yourself, you would know when you're going to stop. So you would know exactly when to pop your dailies and when not to. But D&D, you know, it's up in the air because time. You might think you have enough time for one more encounter in the evening, but it's getting to be 12:30 and everyone wants to go home because they're tired. You know, sleep's overrated. No, sir. No, it is not. I'm sorry, it is not. I find sleep to be highly underrated, if you don't mind. And I demand my sleep. I don't know where the expression 40 winks came from, so I'm not going to use it. Like, I demand my 40 winks. What the fuck does that mean anyway? I don't know. I have not a clue what that means. I can't even place it contextually. Sometimes you can bullshit through what an expression means. You can like, okay, I can see where that came from. But I can't do that here. Did he just throw 2 rocks at once? He's not allowed to do that. That's not in the game mechanics. He has to have a recharge period. You're cheating, game. Ah, rings. Rings are good. I want more ring drops because I might need more purple resistance. Ah. Defensive defending. I'm not using a sword and shield. In fact, I don't recommend using a sword and shield in this game. Because even though the shields will give you an additional, you know, 10% defense, and you can then exploit the dodge, the block, like, you know, 5% more block if you hit it on your armor. You can't use that if you don't have a shield. But that's hardly an excuse to get a sword and shield when just there's the abilities of the sword and shield. I kind of admit I haven't looked at yet. And I just like the two-handed weapon abilities right now, to the point where I don't feel like I need anything else. And two-handed weapons just deal so much awesome base damage. At least when you dual wield, which again I don't recommend for this game, you have the benefit of two weapons. Two weapon arcs, you know, two sets of damage. When you sword and shield, you get the defense, but you don't have that. So, yeah, sure, why not? There. Because I'll just recharge the stuff anyway, so it's not really a loss to me. I'm glad the shield lasts 20 turns, that way you can walk around with it a little bit. And it doesn't feel like the game's totally fucking you in the ass when you get jumped. Like, oh no, only 5 turns. You know. I'll have to be conservative when I try to pop it off. Here you can actually explore a little bit with it. There. Just knock everybody back. I got 408 stamina, I'm good. Isn't like Foom Volt that gets increasingly more expensive the higher the level you are, which I discovered that in my first play of this game and thought that was bullshit in a hat. I was like, oh come on. You know, you're not going to scale my mana with how more expensive that gets. I won't be able to use Foom Bolt. You know, start out being able to use it like 5 times, and I went into 6, and then it went down to 4. You know, it's like, damn. Before I needed to cure it up, you know, 4 in a row. Though I don't think it suffered from a cooldown period. Like, it doesn't have an increased cost the more you use it. In a given period of time, you just have to have the mana for it. There. No one man could ever carry as much as your Dungeonmans does. None. Oh, well. Tired of fucking around with you guys. Yeah. Oh, I lost Defy. Oh, Defy damage will be good for some bosses if I ever find myself in a pickle. It really does absorb a lot. It makes you a sponge for a while. And that's good. Now the scrolls are expensive to buy. Speaking of the expense to buy scrolls, when I saw a scroll that was unidentified, it was 13 gold, and there were 2 of them in the seller's inventory. I bought one, identified it. Turned out to be a scroll of I don't know what it was, but the price was 325 gold after I identified it and knew what it was. It pissed me off. It's like I should have bought both. So when scrolls are not identified, they actually can be cheaper, because the scrolls are priced when they're unidentified based on their tier. But if you know what they are, apparently you tell the shopkeeper, and then he's like, oh, well, if that's the case, if that's what this weapon is, I better charge you more, or scroll, because, you know, the scroll is more valuable. Fuck it, if you know what it is and the fucking shopkeeper doesn't, keep your goddamn mouth shut, you hear me? You don't say anything, you go, how much for that tier 3 scroll? You know? And he'll tell you, he's like, about 13 gold pieces, and you're like, okay, I have it. And then you have it, but yeah. In fact, I'm probably just going to try to keep them all here so I know where the money is. Of course, after a certain amount of damage, it just wants to pussy out. I should put the shield back on. The dual wielding ability does have an ability that lets you attack an attack that attacks twice, and if it kills, it makes another attack to another enemy. And if that kills, it makes another attack to another enemy. Basically, it's following the rules of the original cleave from Advanced Dungeons and Dragons. If you kill someone with cleave, you can step and fight and then swing again, which is good. I like that rule, but we cleared out 3 areas, didn't we? Yeah, we did. Now it's all trivial down here. This is adventurous. I want to avoid that. And I want to avoid this. Avoid that. I'm just checking to see before I head over there. Okay. We cleared that tower, so the purple onions are actually uncovered in this map. There's a mausoleum that I don't want to head into right now because reasons. It takes a while to clear them out, and I actually want to go to the academy and check out, do some inventory management, of course, because why not? Nope. 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 a whole lot of no. You convert 1% of damage dealt into stamina. That could be useful, but nope. Defensive defending. Alright, well, I've already saved the rings I want to save, I'm pretty sure. Here's a book. I've given you 20 books. Does that reset the, no. That might reset the books on the shelf. That'd be cool. Here's some relics. Here's Monster Knowledge, Warlords Volume 2, and a blueprint, and a bunch of Fumite, and an artifact. So, Warlords Volume 2 is what I'm standing under. It's silver now. It'll be gold soon. Just gotta kill like one more Warlord. Here's... I can only place the stuff I have equipped in the vault. Use resources to increase the vault's capacity. If I use that, it'll actually degrade the Fumite from my inventory. I don't think I want to do that. Like, if I go to upgrade starting gear, there's no real reason to do that because every upgrade you give yourself is a +1, and you outgrow that stuff really quick. But if you have nothing else to spend your armory points on, then it's something just to do. Can you mix up your blueprints? There's a bow, there's a hammer, but see, all of these blueprints are not that great. They're medium tier weapons. Not good for you at all. Here, melt down the stuff that's unlocked. Yeah. Only 2 tin steel, but 370 Fumite. Let's upgrade the starting stuff. See, this is all Crucionium, but I have 4,000 Crucionium, so it might be fine. 2, 4, 6, 8. And see, all that's Fumite. You need 1,000 Fumite. And then you need star metal, and the highest I guess it gets is +5. There's really no reason to do that. Just wasted 1,000. But I do it because I had the Crucionium. I haven't really done anything with all this stuff, so alright. I think I've locked too many hats. Here, let's unlock that hat. That's 13% base health. That's 12% reduce mana for powers. Reduce mana for powers, reduce mana for powers. I can unlock that hat. There's 200 fire resist, and there's 200 fire resist. I can unlock that one. And there's 200 poison resist. If I have 300 poison resist, I don't need a 200 poison. So I will unlock that one. Of course, I want purple. Purple. 200 cold, 300 cold. I will unlock the 200 cold. There's the health increase. There's 12% reduced mana cost. Reduced stamina cost for powers, that's 12%, 13%. I can unlock that one. And that's 27 defeat armor. I really don't need this bow. Not using it. And it did have more base damage, but I kind of like my bow right now, so I will unlock it. And this is the thing I use, the ingredient thing. So actually, if I get a bunch of star shards, I'll star that up and then put it in the vault just because. But it really isn't all that great. It's a 3-star, you know. I'm saving that for some stupid reason. Why am I saving all my Night Reavers? I don't know. That's 37 spell power, and this is 39 spell power, so I can unlock that one. And that takes care of all of the stuff that I don't need locked anymore. Here. All of my unlocked gear. Oh, I get some beryllium, some Crucionium, and 40 Fumite. Yeah, smelt it down. Let's see what the upgrade hammers are at. I'm only missing 3. It's probably the 300 poison, fire, and ice or something. Let's find out. There's the fire resist, the cold resist. 2d6, 3d6. I could probably build these hammers and enchant my weapons that way instead of using the scrolls if I just want a bunch of 3d6s on my weapon. That would actually be great. But that takes 400 Fumite just for one of those. And you're just never going to have that much Fumite. Ever. Okay, there's the 150 freeze. There's a 150 fire. Yeah, it looks like it's the 300s because I don't have any of those hammers. Yeah, 300. 300 poison resist, 300 fire resist, 300 ice resist. There's no purple resist there either, that's 300, so but I don't want to give him that. This is my rings. My rings. So, I did get some proofs of strength, so we can use up a few of those. 29, nice. 38, 39. Science, skill, and boom. Look at that. Our strength is still 47 because of all those wells that just gave me a bunch of strength. I'm good, man. I am so awesome. My character is very powerful based on those base stats. Base stats could be one of the reasons why I'm living so long. But I am also going to put it the fact that I am just a jack of everything. And I don't really know what to throw out there when anymore. Anyway, that's it for this episode. Hope you guys liked it. That's 3 dungeons. We still have more to delve into before I hit the purple tower, because I want to try and clear the map to try and maximize my treasure yield. And maybe I'll get something cool. So see you then. Thanks for watching.